Hi guys, we continue our reading journey and today's chapter 11, Eddie. I need a jar, Mom, said Eddie. What? I'm supposed to take a jar to school today. Oh, for heaven's sake, said his mother. I haven't got time for this now. She looked in the cupboard for a jar that was nearly empty. She found one. Here, you can have this, she said, but you'll have to wash it. Eddie took the jar and went to the sink. His father came into the caravan with a towel over his shoulder. Did you see Ella up at the shower block? Asked her mother. No, said his father. He started to get dressed for work. Where's that girl? Said his mother. She can still be she can still be having a shower. Has anybody seen my phone? My mobile phone? No, said Eddie. Where are my socks? Said his father. I thought I put it in my bag last night, said his mother. My socks? His said his father. No, my phone, said his mother. But where are my socks? Oh, I haven't sake. They here they are. Eddie watched Eddie watched the socks go flying through the air and hit his father on his head. Good shot, Mom, he said. Are you sure Alice said she was going to have a shower? His mother asked. Eddie put his clean jar in the school bag. In his school bag. Yeah, he lied. When Andy had woken up this morning and looked over the side of his bed, Ella's bed was empty. He had looked at his watch. It was 10 to 8. His parents were still asleep. That didn't seem right. He remembered that his mom was seeing someone about a job. He jumped down onto the floor and went to wake her. Then the panic started. I've got to be there by 8:45, his mom had said, throwing off the sheets. Where is Ella? Having a shower, said Eddie quickly. He had known immediately he could use his mother panic to his advantage. Where was Ella? I didn't know. He didn't care. But now she would owe him something. As he closed his school bag, he smiled. Where is that phone? Said his mother. She looked at her watch. We're going to be late. It's after 8:30. I'll have to forget about the phone. Are you ready? Asked his father. Eddie followed his parents out of the caravan. The day was warm already. His mother turned him. His mother turned to him. Remember to lock the caravan when you leave, and tell Ella I want to speak to her this afternoon. Have a good day, love. She said and gave him a kiss. His parents got in the car. Wish me luck, called his mother through the open window as the car drove away. Eddie waved and then turned to go back inside the caravan. But he stopped. Something wasn't right. His bike wasn't there. He looked all around him and then ran out onto the road. Mom, Dad! He shouted as the car turned the corner. My bike's been stolen. The car disappeared behind the row of caravans. Then Andy saw something lying on the side of the road. He moved closer. It was the set of lights from his bike. He picked them up. They were broken. Who would do this? He looked around. Then he noticed something else. The caravan belonging to those people, the Hoggans, wasn't there. They had left. Eddie looked at his watch. It was 20 to 9 now. Where was Ella? They had to catch the bus soon. He walked back to the caravan. There might be a way to find out. He went into the caravan and looked under the pillow on Ella's bed. There it was, her diary. He turned to the last page she had written. He read it. He read the last line again. If I if I get a chance, I will follow the Hogans. He didn't like the sound of that. He didn't like the sound of that. He looked at the broken lights from his bike. Was Ella right about the Hogans? Did they leave early this morning? Did Ella follow them? Did she take his bike? If she did, he was going to kill her. But where was she now? Maybe he should tell someone that she was missing. He looked at his watch again. If he didn't hurry, he would miss the bus. He grabbed his school bag and went out. Locked the caravan door behind him. He walked to the road. He stood there for a moment. What should he do? Just then, the old blue car stopped next to him. Just then, an old blue car stopped next to him. The window slowly rolled down. Ella opened her eyes. Daylight was coming in the window. She saw a girl with long brown hair asleep opposite her. Jenny, Jenny, he whispered. Jenny, wake up. The girl's eyes opened. Ella pushed with her elbows and sat up. Her whole body hurt. We fell asleep, she said. Jenny sat up too. Oh no, she said. Is it late? I don't know. Have a look at my watch. Ella stood up and jumped over to Jenny. She turned around to show Jenny her watch. I can't see. Try to twist your hand a bit. I can see. Try to twist your hand a bit, said Jenny. Oh no. Panic sounded in her voice. It's 25 past 9. 25 past 9. Ella turned her head and looked at her. Then she looked back at the floor of the boat. She saw the hole. She jumped carefully towards it and looked down into it. Is there a hole in the bottom of the floor? Asked Jenny. Yes, said Ella. It's not big, but I can see sand. She looked around for the mobile phone. There it is, she said. No wonder we couldn't find it. No wonder we couldn't find it. The phone had fallen into a small broken cupboard at the end of the seat Ella had been and the at the end of the seat Ella had been on the last night. There was no top to the cupboard and no door. Ella sat on the floor with her black with her back against the cupboard. It was difficult with her hands tied behind her back, but she reached for the phone and grabbed it. I've got it. She moved away from the cupboard. She pressed 000 and then put the phone on the floor and lay down to speak into it. She waited for someone to answer. Nothing happened. Then she looked at the phone. There was no power. Whoa, whoa. The battery was dead. She let her head fall onto the floor. No, she groaned. What is that? What's wrong? Asked Jenny. It's not working, said Ella. The battery is dead. Jenny burst into tears. Jenny burst into tears. We're going to drown, she said. Ella looked at her. Jenny had been here alone for 3 days. She had She had had no food for 2 days. She was frightening, frightened and weak. She was really ready to give up. But Ella wasn't. She dragged herself to the steps and used them to help her stand up. Help, shouted. Is there anybody out there? We are on this boat. Help. Don't you think I've tried calling out? Said Jenny. We are in the middle of nowhere. Have you tried to open the hatch? Ella asked. Maybe it's not locked. Yes, but I kept falling off the steps. If you can help me, I'll try, said Ella. Come over here and lean against me to stop me falling. She turned her back to the steps and held one of them with her hands. Jenny jumped over to her. If I can get up 2 steps, I should be able to reach the arch with my head, said Ella. She jumped, and Ella pushed against her to stop her falling forward. It took all their energy. Ella moved her hands to the next step and jumped again. Jenny pushed her body against Ella's legs. That's great. Jenny, stay here. Stay there, said Ella. She moved her hands again and stood straight. The top of her head easily touched the arch. She pushed. She pushed and pushed. She pushed until her head hurt and her neck ached. It was not good. The hatch was not going to move. It's not good, Jenny. I'm coming down. Jenny jumped out of the way and Ella jumped back down to the floor. She leaned against the steps, breathing half heavily. Jenny sat down again. After resting a moment, Ella jumped over to a small window near Jenny and looked out. The sea was still a long way from them, but she knew how fast it could move. Maybe it won't be a big tide today, she said. Jenny looked up at her. Maybe, she said. What time is it? Ella held out her hands. It's 10:05. Ella looked back at the window. Then she noticed something. The wood around the window didn't look very strong. Maybe it was as weak as the wooden floor. Maybe if they kicked it hard, it would fall out. It was a small window, but she was sure she and Jenny could get through it. Through it. Jenny, she said suddenly, we're going to kick the window out. What? Said Jenny. Come on. We need to make something to lie on so we can kick. Jenny looked at the window. I can't climb through that, she said. Not tied up. Yes, you can, Jenny, said Ella. We are not giving up yet. Alright guys, that's it for today and let's continue tomorrow. Tomorrow it's gonna be the last chapter, I think. Yeah, it is. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Thank you.